Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
I said to remove yourself from the property. You had no right to open my doors. Get off of my property now! Get off of my property now!
You are to close.
Get off!
You
get off! Get off! Let go of my door. Move! Move!
I don't see as many people in my business in a month that Costco sees in a day, if not 5 hours. It is absolutely an attack on small businesses.
These lockdowns and holding back facilities from these kids is a detriment to how they are growing up and what they're facing.
I've pleaded with them. I've said, how are you going to pay, for my children, my bills, my mortgage, to keep a roof over my kids' head, to feed them, They're not allowing me to come to work and make my own money and to take care of my family and to, again, mind, body, and soul for the community that I'm here serving.
All Sam's ever wanted to do is to help people, and that's what she's here doing every night, whether it's working out our bodies, our minds, or our entire souls. It's important for people to keep their mental health healthy and for their entire immune system to be well. So she really has supported a lot of people these last 15 months through that.
Everyone that comes to me has felt like either killing themselves or struggling with anxiety. I've had to cancel dance fitness classes and workout to be there for people. I want people to live still. I don't want them to kill themselves. I don't want them to struggle with mental illness. Mental illness is a big deal for me to help fight, especially for our children. I'm really grateful for you guys in doing this and helping us fight because it's needed, and I'm super grateful for all the supporters and the crowdfunders and for you guys coming because we need to spread more awareness.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Innisfil, Ontario, and I'm with Samantha Persaud. She is the owner of High Vibrations. You've probably heard of Good Vibrations, the Beach Boys song. Well, Samantha's business is bringing about a lot of bad vibrations from law enforcement and bylaw and the public health unit. Evidently, this place, which is a place of dance, a place of meditation, a place of prayer, for some reason, the authorities think this is maybe a super spreader facility, and as such, Samantha is on the hook for potentially thousands of dollars in fines and has been served with a Section 22 order. So, Samantha, let's go back in time. We go back to, I guess, June of 2019. You opened a similar facility in Alliston, Ontario, and it was a viable business. Things were going great. And then what happened?
Yes, so I was a new entrepreneur taking a leap of faith. I opened up High Vibrations in Alliston, Ontario, and 8 months later, COVID, the pandemic came, and they shut me down. By the grace of God, I was able to open and find amazing landlords here that own this private business space, and I renovated it and we got it ready for High Vibrations. It's a smaller version, but we are still sharing love. We are still, all of our services, dance fitness, meditation, prayer, everything is still the same. We're just in a smaller location, but we're helping the mind, body, and soul. And right now, this is really important. Holistic natural healing is important to be open right now to help save people who are feeling suicidal, who are struggling with mental illness. I also I'm big on saving the children. I have a teen daughter and I have a 9-year-old, and they're suffering right now along with thousands, millions and millions and millions of children. So I am standing up for the children as well and having classes for them to be here for their mind, body, and soul.
And I can see where you're coming from. We really do, during this terrible period we're in, need places that cater to the mind, body, and soul. That's all about wellness and getting healthy. And what I don't understand is that for some reason, I don't know, the authorities think this is a potential super spreader facility. Is there any evidence to indicate that people are getting sick by coming here?
No, absolutely not. Like I said, we are a small facility. Before anybody enters in, we sanitize the entire floors. Like I said, it's smaller, so I do it all myself. I sanitize with their, disinfectant. I clear the floors. We have seat covers for the toilets. We have really added and amped up protection so we can make sure that everybody is safe. It's adults. And if it's not adults, it's adults bringing their children. And we are all capable of knowing if we're not feeling good, we stay home. They know the rules. You don't come in sick. It's just common sense.
I do agree. Small businesses have an advantage in terms of sanitation, hygiene, because it is a smaller facility. There are fewer people in. Why are you, in the eyes of local law enforcement and bylaw, public enemy number one, yet we can drive 20 minutes in any direction and come across a big box store like a Walmart or a Costco, and they're jammed to the rafters? I don't understand.
I absolutely don't understand. That's my biggest fight right now, because the parking lots alone already trigger me in a way of like sadness, because I don't see as many people in my business in a month that Costco sees in a day, if not 5 hours. It is absolutely an attack on small businesses, and it's just, we are small and we know who's coming. I know every one of my clients, my members, my unlimited, my prayer circles, everyone that's coming is pre-registered. I know them, right? We're a community. It's not just a walk-in, service, or like how Costco and Walmart is. I know everyone coming through my doors. I know when they're coming. I know what my classes are, who will be attending the classes. Like, we have way more stricter protocols in our small businesses.
And you are actually, you got a service that people would find, I think, enriching during this period.
I won't disclose the information, but everyone that comes to me has felt like either killing themselves or struggling with anxiety. I've had to cancel dance fitness classes and workout to be there for people to do. I'm an energetic healer, and I help to heal and balance the mind, body, and soul, and help them to stay calm. We hold hands and say prayers. So I've had to cancel things to be here for people, because I want to save them. I want them to know that they have a space like High Vibrations, my wellness center, to come to save, to feel like they have refuge. They have a place to go to still connect. I never close my doors, because I want people to live still. I don't want them to kill themselves. I don't want them to struggle with mental illness. Mental illness is a big deal for me to help fight, especially for our children. It's irreversible what's happening to our children, and I need them to be able to come here and to be free and to still dance and to still do movements, to still pray. I need them to know that life is normal for them still. Everyone that comes here, they're not forced to be here.
Well, that's
they
the thing.
choose to be here.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I mean, if you want to cower in your basement baking cherry cheesecake by yourself, you have every right and all the freedom to do that. But if people, we make risks every day. When we cross the street, we're taking a calculated risk. If people want to come in and meditate or dance, what's the problem?
Exactly. I'm not putting a gun to their head and forcing them to come here. Everybody that comes here chooses to come, and they need my services. They need it for their mental health. They need it for their mental, mind, body, and soul. They need every one of my services. So I will never back down. I will stand strong for them, because they need me.
You lost a business in Alliston. They're making it almost impossible for you to operate here in Innisfil, yet the people making these orders, the people handing out these tickets, they haven't lost a single day's worth of salary, have they? So please, can we stop this nonsense that we're all in this together?
It's exactly that is we are not all in this together when they're doing this. And I've pleaded with them. I've said, how are you going to pay, for my children, my bills, my mortgage, to keep a roof over my kids' head, to feed them? They're not allowing me to come to work and make my own money, and to take care of my family, and to, like, again, mind, body, and soul for the community that I'm here serving. So yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, they're lying about that we are all together. It's actually bull. I honor everyone's decision for what they do. Whatever I'm doing in here, people need to just honor that. Whoever's coming in here is choosing to come in here, choosing to have their exemption, whatever they have. We all have our we're sovereign souls, so we choose what we want to do. So it's like they're trying to take everything away from us, and it can't be done. Like, we have to stand up against this. We have to.
Well, I'm so happy you're doing this. There's obviously a need for this. I see your supporters are growing in number even as we speak. Yeah. And like I said, it's a matter of choice. If you think this is a terrible place to go, then don't go to it. But If you think this is going to enrich your body, your mind, your soul, then, come on in. The other thing too, Samantha, we don't think it's right what's happened to you, so we would like to extend the offer to make you our latest Fight the Fines candidate, which is to say, we are going to source for you a top-notch criminal lawyer, and we will crowdfund your legal fees so you don't have to pay a single nickel. What do you think about that?
That's amazing. God bless you guys. I'm incredibly grateful for that. Like, I have no words. I'm speechless, because I'm really grateful for you guys in doing this and helping us fight, because it's needed, and I'm super grateful for all the supporters and the crowdfunders, and for you guys coming, because we need to spread more awareness for this. Yes! We need to spread more awareness for this in order for this to end. Like, it doesn't end until we put an end to it.
No, you're right. And we do have to take a stand, folks. I mean, Samantha's a brave lady standing up to law enforcement and bylaw and others trying to shut her down. It's disgraceful. And by the way, you can play a role too if you're able to. You can go to fightthefines.com. That's fightthefines.com. If you're able to make a donation so that we can fund Samantha's criminal lawyer to fight these egregious fines, that would be so greatly appreciative. Well, folks, you've probably heard the news by now. YouTube is undoubtedly coming to kill us. They have completely demonetized us. The other day, they gave us a strike for no good reason whatsoever. So please, we want you to stay in touch with Rebel News. Go to rebelnews.com. That's rebelnews.com. We need some of your personal information, such as your email or cell phone number. Trust me, we don't share that with anyone, but we want to remain relevant to you, and we can't depend on YouTube any longer. And, you know, there you have it, folks, in Doug Ford's Ontario, meditating, praying, dancing. This is all strictly verboten, but you can go to a Costco, you can go to a Walmart, you can shop till you drop. They're packed to the rafters. Does any of this make any sense at all? So I'm with Naz, one of the supporters for Samantha here at High Vibrations. And Naz, I'm reading your sign, kids' mental health is essential. What are you trying to say with this sign in the context of this studio?
Every child needs to have that outlet to be able to be kids and to be able to be around other kids and to not be around all the masking and be socially distanced. We're not built like this. No human being, and especially kids, are built like this. They need to be social. They need to have that connection. And what Sam's offering is exactly that. And we don't have enough of that. Kids are going through so much mental distress right now. The stats are there, and I'm sure you've probably reported on that too. All the statistics with mental health and what our kids are going through. These lockdowns and holding back facilities from these kids is a detriment to how they are growing up and what they're facing. And this is important. She is important. Every single business is important. But everything that has to deal with our children and their mental health, every parent needs to stand behind the businesses and every single person that's trying to make a difference for our kids.
All Sam's ever wanted to do is to help people, and that's what she's here doing every night, whether it's working out our bodies, our minds, or our entire souls. Like, it's important for people to keep their mental health healthy and for their entire immune system to be well. So she really has supported a lot of people these last 15 months through that.
High Vibrations, a wellness center, is one of the best things for you, right? On all different levels. So I can't help but feel that, you know, we're slowly, like, I love that analogy of like we're in this this pot of water, like the frog who's doesn't realize that he's slowly being boiled to death. And a lot of people are already jumping out, you know? I was one of those people. I jumped out of the pot like a few months ago. And I think that everybody has their time, but some people, even once they're in there and they see that they're actually being boiled to death, they still won't jump out because ultimately this is all being fueled by fear.
Healthy people deserve to be able to go about their lives as they please. Healthy people shouldn't be masked up. Healthy people shouldn't be kept inside. Like, we need to carry on and learn how to live with this virus at the end of the day.
We advocate for freedom. We just want everybody to make their own choices and do what's best for themselves and their health and not worry about other people, because when you worry about other people, you suppress your own health.
Even just interacting with other people, like, this is illegal right now, what we're doing here. This is illegal. But look around, like, everyone's smiling. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to interact with one another, and you know, it's time. It's time to get back to that. Like, doesn't everyone miss that? Doesn't everyone miss getting together and just not being scared of one another anymore? Like, we have to learn to live on.
And it's better to put your money towards helping those that are in the elderly care homes who need the help versus the healthy people who are being forced to stay home and stay inside. You're putting your money or paying your officers to go to places like this to waste their time to find find people.
We're completely ignoring what the ramifications are of locking everybody down. Like, kids are killing themselves. They're calling in at a higher rate than ever before, saying, I'm having suicidal thoughts. People are overdosing on drugs and alcohol, yet those are essential. Those will stay open. Those will continue to stay open. So,
well, folks, we're more than 90 minutes into the rally to support Samantha and High Vibrations. And lo and behold, not a single member of law enforcement or bylaw or some public health agency has come by to harass Samantha. I wonder why that is. Could it be all these dozens of supporters are here and it's not just a woman by herself getting harassed? Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe there is something to this herd immunity after all. Now, folks, law enforcement did not show up at the rally for Samantha, but a few days later, they did come back to her studio. Believe it or not, they wanted to gain entry without a warrant, and Samantha, well, she went into full mother bear mode. Check out this video where Samantha schools these law enforcement professionals.
You have no right to enter in here. Get out.
You have several people.
It doesn't matter.
Of business.
It doesn't matter. I said to remove yourself from the property. You had no right to open my doors. Get off of my property.
And you're not abiding by
Get off of my property now.
Samantha, you're still
Get off of my property now.
Contravention of order.
Get off of my property now.
You are to close.
Get off. You get off. Get off. Let go of my door. Move. Move.
Listen to what
Move.
Listen
I command you to move off my property now. Get up. Move. Get up. Move. Move. Let go of my property. Move. What's your badge number? What's your name?
227 Constable.
What is your name?
Constable Beaulieu.
I'm done.
Very aggressive.
I don't care.
She's tired.
I'm sick and tired. How dare you come to my place of business that I have to feed my children? I'm so fucking done. Get up. No.
I know.
Get up. I'm tired. Get up. Now. You too. Get off my property. Get off my property and don't come back if you dare open my doors. You're being served.
Thank
You're
you.
being served, both of you. I'm sick and tired of you Nazis. I'm sick and tired
What
of you
does this
demons.
card say? Protect with
Get up.
courage, serve with compassion. What are you doing right now, ma'am?
You have her badge number, her name? She's getting served. Opening up my doors. The hell you think you are?
Well, folks, you can see that Samantha certainly has a battle on her hands, but she has some company in her corner. We're not going to let her down. In fact, I'd like to introduce to you her paralegal that will be representing Samantha in court, and that would be Jenna Little. Jenna, thank you so much for making some time to talk about this case with me.
Thanks for having me, David.
It's a pleasure. Now, Jenna, there's so many angles to this story, but in regard to these tickets that she received back in April, again, I look at this as, you know, it's almost a form of harassment. We see big box stores like Costco and Walmart, they're open. And yet here's a small facility where I personally think sanitation, hygiene can be maintained at a higher degree than some big box shop. And this lady is just receiving all kinds of harassment from police, law enforcement, the local COVID Karens, the tattletales out there. What strikes you about Samantha's case? What do you think is going to be your argument when you go to court to represent her?
What concerns me the most about this is that she's been given two summons, that are basically for the exact same thing and carry the exact same penalties. She's been given one summons under the Reopening Act of Ontario, and she's been given one summons under the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act. Both come with maximum $100,000 fines if individuals get them, and up to 1 year of imprisonment. So for me, that's very concerning because it's extremely disproportionate to what's gone on here, and it's an egregious overreach of the laws and the local police.
And the other thing, Jenna, is that for the alleged offense being committed by Samantha, you mentioned a six-figure fine and jail time. It just seems so disproportionate. I mean, it's like getting a 10-year sentence for jaywalking, for goodness sakes. What do you think the unspoken strategy behind those kind of excessive penalties is?
I think that the unspoken strategy is they're looking for a general and specific deterrence. That is the nature of regulatory offenses. Unfortunately, when you're bordering on oppressive fines, small businesses and individuals simply can't afford things like that. So we need to be able to get in there and figure out what our defense strategy is going to be, what charter rights are infringed, if any, And how can we mitigate this fine as much as possible?
One last question, Jenna. What did you make of that incredible video that's gone somewhat viral of Samantha in full mother bear mode telling the police officer, and that it might have been a bylaw or a health board official, I'm not sure, basically to get lost, get off her property. Is there a message there to our audience, business people, homeowners, that if law enforcement comes calling, they're not entitled to come into your place of business or your home without a warrant, and they certainly did not have a warrant. So what were your thoughts on what you saw in that video?
Well, David, the video was really hard to watch. It brought a tear to my eye, and I completely empathize with her and every other business owner who is struggling and feeling harassed and victimized by these fines. What I have to say is, if police want to enter your home, they have two different types of warrants. One is for the arrest of a person, one is for search. They can't approach your door and look in order to investigate. And if they do this, you need to find out why they're there. Why do they want to come inside? Is it an urgent matter? And you should probably call a lawyer if they keep pushing your boundaries.
Fantastic. Well, Jenna, it was a delight speaking with you. I have it on very good authority that you are a fantastic paralegal. So Samantha truly has a champion in her corner, and when this gets to trial, we'll be there to cover it. So thank you so much for weighing in.
Thanks so much, David. It's been great talking to you, and I can't wait to continue fighting the fines.
Folks, have you been given one of those Wuhan virus $880 tickets? Well, if so, please go to fightthefines.com. That's fightthefines.com. Tell us your story, and if we think it has merit, we'll put you in touch with a top-notch criminal lawyer and crowdfund your legal fees.